welcome to Hiive's first ever Facebook Live post. We're joined with myself, Kieran, who's the editor of Hiive, John Jackman, director of VIVE Lifestyle Network, and Simon Barris, our content man at Hiive. So today it's a pretty exciting day. We've got a very exciting partnership to announce with VIVE Lifestyle Network. But first, for some of you who are joining us for the first time, maybe you kind of want to know about what Hiive is and what we're about. Well, first of all, we're a professional network for creative people. So what we want to do is get as many people into the creative industries. And what we really focus on at Hiive is allowing you to showcase your talent. So how we do that is we make some really, really nice profiles. So when you're making a Hiive profile, we really want to show off your work. So the first thing you want to do is you kind of want to feature your best work. So that could be stuff like your video work, your images, songs, scripts. Then you kind of probably want to link in your professional self. So bring in your social media channels, bring in your website, then you want to introduce yourself. Always nice to start off with a good introduction, and then you want to tag your profile. So tag it with the skills you have, the industries you want to work with, and Hiive then matches you to kind of jobs, courses, content, things like that. And finally, engage with the community. We've got a community of 65,000 people. It grows about 150 people per day. There's 3,000 businesses on it, so make sure you start following people, follow the swarms, and so it's a pretty cool place to be. Simon, who's kind of king of content at Hiive, can tell you a little bit about what can you get involved in, Simon?
Yeah, a lot of people come to me about how to break into the industry, and an important part of being in the creative industries is how to network.
Yeah.
And it's great going to events and meeting people, but that can only get you so far. With Hiive, we've got 65,000 registered users. And so what I always suggest for people to do is to make use of the users. And how to do that. So for example, if I'm an actor and I want to get into more films and stuff, perhaps then I want to search for film directors. So we don't have a screen at the minute, but essentially on Hiive, you've got a global search field at the top. Click on it and click talent. When it comes up, search for the job title. So for example, you'll put filmmaker. When you click search, all the users who have tagged their profile with filmmakers will come up. And from there, you could then perhaps go onto their profile and contact them. Now, it's very easy to contact them. Unlike LinkedIn, when you go to a person, you have to have a connection with them. Hiive, you can go straight into their profile. And with that, you can try and find a way to contact them. That could be via their social media channels, because they may have their Twitter or Facebook associated with their profile. They may have their CV attached, would probably have their email address. Or perhaps in their bio, they may have their email address. Same thing again. Perhaps I'm working in advertising and marketing, and perhaps I want to connect with people who are maybe 5-10 years ahead of in their careers. So again, I would go to the global search field and I would write in the term marketing manager, for example. And that would again bring up all the users on Hiive who have tagged their profile as marketing manager. From there, I can then go into their profile, see their education and work history, and see, this person's 5-10 years ahead of me. Okay, and what do I do from there? Try and contact them. And from there, if I do manage to get in contact with them, then perhaps going for a coffee, saying, look, I just want to get to know you. I just want to know if how did you get into the industry? Is there any opportunities that you know of? It's just a way of thinking outside the box and trying to make new contacts and new connections. So perhaps that's a good start in terms of breaking into the creative industries.
Cool. Cheers to that, Simon. So John, the biggest kind of demographic on Hiive is our kind of TV and film network. We've quite a large number there. So it might be useful to introduce kind of what VIVE Lifestyle Network is and how it would appeal to our kind of TV and film community.
Well, let's see. I started this project years ago, and it's finally kind of come together. I thought there was an opportunity, and 4K UHD is the same thing. I don't know how many people know.
4K is probably the most common.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll call it 4K.
Yeah.
But I saw an opportunity in 4K, and I approached Samsung, and we did a deal to put our 4K app on their flat screens. I was introduced by a company called Harmonic to SES satellites. And so I have a pretty good, some tremendous partners, technology partners, best technology in the world. What's missing is content.
Right.
So I thought, okay, well, there's a window of opportunity here to create a TV network, to go out and actually, there's no 4K content. Then I started to do some research. I said, well, how many 4K TVs or so, flat screens? And Millions are being sold. Samsung alone last year, I don't know if I should say this, they sold more than 1 million flat screens just in the UK.
And no
And
content.
there's no content.
It's
I
a
thought,
shame.
you know what? There's an opportunity here.
Yeah.
So I went out there and I started calling people and companies, and I got through to people at high levels, sometimes presidents, and said, look, this is, I think, what I want to do. And they said, wow, that's really ambitious. I said, well, you know, I have nothing else to do. let me
I want to make TV now.
Yeah, I'm going to build a TV network. So,
why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why don't?
So you know, I put it all together, all the technology, and then I actually figured out, well, that's all great, but there's still no content.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought, okay, well, how do I get past that hurdle? You know, because I mean, to invest, nobody really wanted to. Like, I'd call people and say, hey, do you want to invest in some 4K content? No, that's 10 years from now. Well, it's really not. It's here now. But, so then I thought, okay, well, why don't we do something completely different, and let's get people involved in making content. I mean, I thought, look at YouTube, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's a huge, nobody can argue that YouTube is a success. It is.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, let's give people that want to be in television an opportunity. So we did something, we call it VLN boot camps. It's a 3-week course, basically. And I hate to call it a course because it's really not. People that sign up, it's very small.
How many people?
10, depending on what it is,
Yes.
it's 10 to 15 people, but they're working on real productions that are going to be aired.
This is purely practical.
It's practical. I mean, and so, you know, you're not going to be sitting in a classroom unless you're editing, you know, but other than that, you're going to be out there working alongside professional TV people that are making real content. So the idea is to get people, whether they have a refresher, it's a refresher course for them,
Yep.
to know, you know, 4K and how to do that world, or newbies that don't know it, and that just says, you know what, I can go to school, or I can do this and see how this goes, you know, for a lot less, you know, investment. On the flip side, we've got something called Club VLN, and that is more of a, and I hate to use it's a club. Basically, you pay a little bit of money every month.
Yep.
It's a membership, and you have access to equipment, you have access to studios, you have anything that we have that we can help you with, because at the end of the day, we want people to create content. So that's what we want to facilitate, because the opportunity is that, you know. So after that happens, you know, there's a program, it gets an audience, then we commission the program.
So they're probably getting work experience at the same time.
They get work experience and then we commission it. So in other words, they're working in TV. I mean, I was, we were talking earlier, I talk to people all the time. People that can't find a job, they go to school, they spend all this money. I was talking to somebody the other day, and he was telling me, I went to school 2 years ago, got out, couldn't find a job, and this guy's playing piano at a train station. And he's looking for a job, and he's not, you know, doing some, you know, freelance jobs. And I mean, there's no guarantee in life. There's no guarantee. But I mean, I think that this is a platform that we're trying to give people the opportunity, because in a year's time, this opportunity will not exist. Because somebody else is going to come along, the big guys are going to invest in 4K, and these guys aren't going to.
I mean, it certainly sounds very exciting, because when we chat to people on Hiive, and particularly in TV and film, it's a tough industry to break into. Even getting that first runner gig or getting your film into a film festival can be very tough. So an opportunity where you can get in there working very practical and actually get feedback on pilot shows is really, really invaluable. In terms of kind of where these studios are, what kind of partnerships have you guys put in place?
Well, actually, there's our main partnerships are with technology companies.
Yeah.
So for example, Harmonic, we use the best technology. Samsung, so we use the best technology that money can buy, and it's an opportunity. We're talking to, you know, Red here in the UK is kind of offered to do some clinics for us as well. Black Magic, we're talking to. The equipment that these people are going to be, or look, it's got to, if it's 4K, it's got to be good.
Yep.
You know, and to me, there's two sides. There's the technology and then the people in terms of mentors and what are they going to learn? Well, they're going to learn how to make movies. They're going to learn how to learn how to direct. A director comes to mind. There's a gentleman by the name of Matt Richards who's been with us from the very beginning. Matt is an interesting guy, really, really good guy. He is the show Extreme Fishing with Robson Green.
Yeah.
Okay, he also created Wife Swap.
Yeah, okay. Very familiar with that.
And interestingly enough, he just wrote a book on the final minutes of Michael Jackson's life, and just released it, I think, last week in the States. He took a holiday, so he's going to be back next week. But those are the kind of people that these guys will have access to.
Right. Okay.
You know, not only to learn from, but to work alongside of it.
Okay, John. So I'm considering going to film and TV. I see 4K is the way forward, and you're giving me the opportunity so I can get out there and start practicing straight away. So where do I sign up? How do I get involved in VLN? What do I do next?
Well, I think what you do, here's the way it works. We would love to sit here and say, this is open to the whole world. Even though it's a global program, we're being very selective on who we bring on board. So what we're doing is, you don't have to have any experience. You just really, it's about passion. I mean, I didn't know anything about television really when I started doing this. I had more passion and than I did anything else.
Yeah.
So I think what we do is basically you go to the website. I think there's a link here that they're going to see somewhere. Not sure where it is, but it's somewhere. They basically send a video.
Yeah.
And telling us why we should take you.
Yep.
They send, I think it's there's a reservation fee or that's completely refundable. If you don't get accepted, you get it back.
Yeah.
We just want to make sure that you're real and have some skin in the game. On the flip side, there's a reservation for we have two, and maybe I should step back. We have two projects. We have what we call the boot camps, which are 15-day intensive boot camps, and I think they're $37.50 for depending on where it is. They're all $37.50 if it's pounds, dollars.
Yeah.
The other thing, they kind of go together. Then there's Club VLN, and Club VLN is, I think it's £500 or $500 per month, and that's where you have access to equipment and you have access to our mentors, and basically we help you help yourself create content, because that's really what that's the name of the game.
And for the guys who are applying and putting those videos together, do you recommend any kind of tips in terms of how they should put themselves forward so that they kind of catch people's eye?
You mean the videos where they're saying?
So when they're applying, is there any?
No. I mean, look, I could give you a long-winded answer and a creative one, but
just
you caught me off guard there. No, you know what? There is no. I mean, we want people. Look, at the end of the day, we can't take the whole world, obviously, and the few people that we do take on, we want them to really be passionate about.
So show the passion.
Exactly. Show that you're willing to go out there. You really, you've got an eye for quality, or that you want to learn.
Yeah. At the end of the day, they're going to be at the forefront of this technology.
That's right. I mean, because these guys could be the next, Steven Spielberg.
You know what I mean? Like the ambition.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Why shoot low, right?
Yeah. Well, one of the things I suppose we've noticed since launching Hiive is we've run over 100 competitions at this stage, and often we see amazing ideas come in for whether it's dramas, theatres, films, TV shows, pilots. So we're obviously very excited that these people are hopefully going to get an outlet through VLN, which is absolutely amazing. But I think we've an exciting competition to announce.
Yes, I think so.
So our Hiive users are going to be able to submit some pretty exciting ideas, I feel. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we're looking for exciting treatments, and this is lifestyle content.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, if you've got an idea, if you're an exciting personality, and you think you can build an audience, and we can build a show around you, and you've got an idea, send it in.
Right.
If we like it, You know, it'll get
Yeah.
produced, and there you go. That could be the beginning of your TV career.
And I suppose for people thinking of pilot ideas, don't limit yourself to say just a UK-based audience. It's very much for you guys as a global appeal.
This is global.
Yeah.
I mean, our platform is global. I mean, let's say our boot camps and our clubs. I mean, we're rolling this out English speaking in the beginning.
Yep.
So it's the UK.
Yep.
And then major cities in the US like Los Angeles, Austin, Dallas,
Yep.
Miami, Chicago, New York, and even Toronto.
Cool.
So that's phase one.
Sweet.
So we're going to see where the concentration of people are.
Okay. Well, and maybe just to kind of to summarize then for anyone listening who's from a film or TV background on Hiive. First of all, there's some pretty exciting competitions, for opportunities with VLN in terms of their courses. First of all, they run a 3-week boot camp, which is extremely practical, getting a lot of hands-on experience working with 4K technology. But they also have the VLN Club, which is a network where you can pay a monthly subscription to, and you get access to all the mentors and the equipment. So make sure to kind of check out those two options on their website. But also we have this brilliant competition that's just going to be launched in the Hiive competition section. And that's where we want to hear all your ideas for pilot TV shows or film ideas. And make sure to think of it from a global appeal. And the guys at VLN are really excited to kind of go through your ideas. And the ones with the kind of global appeal, they're going to be looking to see how we can get them made into pilots and then get them commissioned. So it's an incredibly exciting time.
You know, it is exciting because a lot of the people, you know, you never know when you start something how it's going to roll out and happen. But you know, some of the mentors, for example, a couple of months ago, I ran into this footage, wildlife footage. And I thought, oh my God, this is stunning footage. You know, and it was like, so I found out who the guy was, and he's from South Africa, and I called him up, and I said, listen, I love your footage. It's great. You know, would you consider being being a mentor for what we're doing?
Yeah.
He said, well, I'm not a teacher. I said, no, you don't need to teach. You just need to do what you're doing and teach other guys how to do that.
Yeah.
You know, or women. And he said, yeah, I'd love to do that. So you know, the opportunity. So we're thinking about maybe even getting some people from local people, maybe in Cape Town, or have excursions from the UK or the States, to go spend a week with Robert and do some wildlife. I mean,
I'd like to sign up for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's really incredible stuff, and we're really keeping the.
I'd like to do that.
Yeah, no, I mean, and so would I. You know, it's really it's amazing. So I think that there'll be access to a lot of different avenues.
Yeah.
You know, and so no, I mean, we're really excited now. People, I was sitting with one of our mentors the other day, and he said, you know, what about drama? You know, and we're actually, and I didn't, look, lifestyle is kind of easier to make, and that's what, there's a shortage of lifestyle. There is. I mean, and I think that there's a great opportunity in lifestyle because that's what people are watching. I mean, look at YouTube, look at where the audiences are. So, but on the flip side, episodic TV is also, YouTube is also getting into that.
Yep, definitely.
So we're actually doing that. We're going to build a kind of foray into dramatic episodic TV, and we call them maybe movies that have different episodes.
Yeah.
But I think that everything starts with a pilot, right? I mean, or and so we're actually doing one that we're scripting. As a matter of fact, Matt Richards and I are working on it. It's a kind of a halfway true story called The Image, and it's going to be shot in LA, Texas, Barcelona, and London. So we're really, So we're kind of, it's kind of a true story. So so we're kind of excited about it.
Sweet.
But so those are the opportunities also coming down the pike. So people registering for getting involved will be able to work on projects like this.
So it's terribly exciting. So I suppose wrap up. If you're in film and TV and you want to look at something different, want to get a hands-on experience, work in 4K, and definitely check out VLN. And anyone with any burning ideas for great pilots they want to kind of see come to life, make sure to check out the competition page at Hiive,
which goes live tomorrow.
Cool.
Sorry, just to
Good
say,
shout.
because you got the competition. Where is it? Anyway, tomorrow.
So that's where they go.
So what's
That's where they go to the.
So the
Because I didn't know. Yeah.
Okay, so as you know, it's live and we haven't scripted this, but yeah, essentially, so on the competition section of Hiive, you'll see the competition is called VLN. Can't remember, but you will see you see the VLN logo in the competition section, and then to apply for the boot camps, you can go on your website.
Okay, good. I didn't know that. So
But you can also go onto the courses section of Hiive, and it's on the first page, and from there you can go in and click apply, and you'll be taken to the correct page.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of frequently asked questions as well. So if they have questions, or
Yeah.
they could send an email. But I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Well, if you're on our Facebook page, post a comment, I'm sure we'll get back to you. But thanks very much for tuning in to our very first Facebook Live feed, and hopefully you'll be hearing a lot more from ourselves and VIVE Lifestyle Network. Cheers guys. Bye.